Hello, this is my final COM231 assignment where we had to pick a historical speech. I want to start out with the quote from the speaker. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will strive to organize and measure the best of our energies and our skills. Because that challenge is one we are willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one in which we intend to win, and the others too. That quote was by John F. Kennedy during his speech in September 12, 1962, to approximately 40,000 people at Rice Stadium in Houston, Texas. The reason he gave this speech, as it implies, is that he was trying to get everybody on board with the Apollo program and landing a man on the moon by the end of the decade. The reason he gave this speech was because we were in the middle of the Cold War, and at that time, us and the Soviets were very much scared of each other and very, very dead heat. We were in the middle of a nuclear scare. We're at the end of World War II, only 15, 20 years earlier. And a lot of things were very unsecure and unstable, and the American people needed something to build pride in the United States. And JFK figured what better way to beat the Soviets in the space race, except for one problem. At that time, they were not doing good. They had multiple rocket failures. Things were not moving as quickly as they were hoping. So they really, really needed something to boost the morale in the space program, which would allow the government to boost the budgets, or at least justify it, because they technically boosted them already. But in order to maintain that budget, they had to show results. The reason I chose this speech, because this was, in my opinion, the turning point of when the American people really realized how important space exploration was, and why it still is important today, and why I feel like our current presidents, both Barack and Bush and Trump and all of them, really are missing the point. I grew up in in Cape Canaveral, rather, Cocoa Beach area, Florida, outside of Orlando. The space program and NASA have been a huge component of my life for my whole life. My mom is an engineer out at the Kennedy Space Center, so it's always been a big deal for me. And that's why I chose this speech, because it really truly has a sentiment to me, as well as I do believe this was one of the most historically important turning points in U.S. history. So, yeah, that's why I chose it. I absolutely love this speech. I enjoyed this assignment over any other assignment in the class, because I got to do this. So, thank you. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a great night.